stronger than stronger. His might shall last longer than longer. Satan!
No! It can't be!
I mean, that kind of thing doesn't scare me. Rex, does it scare you?
Yes, and I love it.
Well, if you, like Rex and millions of other moviegoers and me, like being scared, stick around.
Because you, my friends, are at the movies.
We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. He's one of the strangest tales ever told. He deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life and death. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you.
That footage is taken from the original 1931 print of Frankenstein. And here's Rex to fill you in on how it all began.
From Frankenstein to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, horror has always been big business. Back in 1931, Frankenstein, the most famous horror movie of all time, cost a mere $275,000, and it's now grossed more than $60 million, and the revenue is still pouring in from TV, monster kits, games, bubblegum cards, masks, comic books, and life-size Frankenstein dolls you can take to bed on Halloween. Boris Karloff, the man who sent shivers around the world, actually hated horror movies, but in his 50 years in show business, the public never accepted him in anything else, and producers of movie horror, ignoring his protests, have been laughing their way to the bank ever since. They didn't need ketchup and chocolate syrup. They had real artists creating the effects in Dr. Frankenstein's lab, and it's pretty tame stuff now, but in 1931, this scene scared their socks off. Poor Boris. He was patched together from old meat market scraps, and even after he came alive, nobody liked him anyway. But unlike today's movie monsters, he never did anything in bad taste. I sort of miss him.
Boy, and I have to agree with you. And even though we speak of Boris Karloff's Landmark as the original that spawned countless sequels, 21 years earlier, back in 1910, a silent version of Frankenstein was made by none other than Thomas Edison. Sequels have been around almost from the beginning. Hailed as the new horror hero after Frankenstein, Karloff next went into a film that spawned sequels and adaptations galore. Billed on screen as Karloff the Uncanny, he portrayed Imhotep, the 3,700-year-old priest who had once been buried alive. Here is the world's very first look at the Mummy. That unseen little exit by Karloff is still recognized as one of the most terrifying moments on film. It's a dark, moody, creepy classic, thanks to pioneering German director Karl Freund. But bottom line, thanks to Boris Karloff.
Karloff always said a monster's life is not a happy one. But I wonder what he'd probably turn over in his grave if he could see the guts and gore stuff that they're doing today.
I think he'd hate it. He was a tasteful, dignified man, a gentleman who found something that worked.
Next, a psychotic killer who finds something that works and celebrates Halloween in a very strange way. Horror moves in fads and cycles, like designer jeans. Today's audiences are shock-proof. They're bored with those old zombies, werewolves, and mummies in ace bandages. Old ideas have now been replaced by a lurid new wave of sex and violence. The audiences for these exploitation flicks are between the ages of 12 and 17, and 55% of them are female. This maybe explains the current vogue for psychotic killers and homicidal wackos stalking teenage victims at summer camp, slumber parties, and the high school prom. Splatter flicks, and they only have one goal: to deep six as many teenagers as fast as possible in ways that scare the living daylights out of teenage audiences. Blood spurts as girls are mutilated with chainsaws and kitchen appliances, and usually on national holidays. Nobody is safe anymore on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Friday the 13th, or even Christmas. It all started in 1978 when a little low-budget thriller called Halloween became a cult classic and established Jamie Lee Curtis as the new Queen of Schlock in scenes like this.
Another screamer was Elizabeth Kemp, who starred in He Knows You're Alone. She has just escaped from a psychotic, knife-wielding killer. Maybe. In When a Stranger Calls, babysitter Carol Kane is locked in a house with a maniac who drives her bananas on the telephone upstairs.
Leave me alone!
Jill, this is Sergeant Sanger. Listen to me. We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. A squad car's on the way over there right now. Just get out of that house.
Jamie Lee Curtis was the screaming champion for at least 2 Halloweens, but When a Stranger Calls was easily my favorite of those 3. Films such as these are often criticized as anti-feminist and demeaning to women. Well, maybe. The arguments will go on forever, but so I hope will the films.
Well, maybe not these films. Bring back the Wolfman, I say. I think that the trend really has changed because as society changes, so do the movies. And now audiences are so dehumanized already by the headlines that are more horrifying than movie plots that's the kind of movies they're getting.
And they're going to keep getting, too. I swear it's going to keep coming. These Halloween 76, you know it's on its way. Please, I'm sorry, Rex, to break it to you. It's going to happen. Coming up next, the best-known movie of the best-known director in the world. It's a horror classic of our generation. It's Psycho. Every period has produced a very limited number of spectacular, landmark horror films, and a much, much larger number of the ordinary, the repetitious, the tasteless, and the just plain bad. Recently, there's been a glut of films that substitute splatter for character, or special effects instead of plot. Many filmmakers forget what a part our own imagination can play in terror. Will you ever forget the boogeyman in your bedroom? Among the horrific milestones of the last quarter century was a chilling and controversial and enormously successful attempt to rid a young girl of possession by the devil. Linda Blair and Ellen Burstyn, special effects and makeup starred together in The Exorcist.
Great doctors.
Polanski gave Mia Farrow the ultimate nightmare in Rosemary's Baby. It's one thing to be a proud new mother, but Rosemary discovered her baby was conceived by the devil himself and delivered by a coven of witches.
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
He has his father's eyes.
What are you talking about? Guy's eyes are normal. What have you done to him, you maniac?
Satan is his father, not Guy. He came up from hell and begat a son of mortal woman. Hail, Satan!
Hail, Satan!
Satan is his father, and his name is Adrian. He shall overthrow the mighty and lay waste their temples. He shall redeem the despised and reap vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail, Adrian! Hail, Adrian! Satan, hail!
In 1963, one from the master. Alfred Hitchcock turned our fine-feathered friends into a source of uneasy terror as Mann and Tippi Hedren were attacked by the birds.
Imitators come and go, but there is still only one Hitchcock and only one Psycho. Now, is there a movie buff alive who doesn't know what happened to Janet Leigh at the Bates Motel? Well, we're going to show you anyway. with that one scene, I do believe Alfred Hitchcock almost single-handedly destroyed the motel business in America.
That's true, isn't it?
Single women, I don't think, ever checked into a motel after that without fear.
It was hard talking them into it.
But you know, that scene proves that great filmmaking is great filmmaking, no matter whether it's horror films or
the light touch, the right touch, call it whatever, you know, the suggestion and the hint and the personal terror you feel because of your imagination. It isn't spelled out for you, but it's all there.
I've always had a special feeling for Rosemary's Baby, too, because it took place in the building I live in New York City, and when I moved in to that building, I got an anonymous note in the mail saying, Rosemary's Baby lives. Oh, I think it was a rude note. I think they were trying to insult me. Interestingly, also, Boris Karloff lived in that very same building.
History. I'll never forget the building. So ominous looking when it's shot the right way.
Dakota. And I once said to the doorman, I'm so sorry because I love Karloff, and now he's gone. And the doorman said, he'll be back.
Stick around and get the exclusive, Rex. Coming up, the tiniest of creatures scares the wits out of you. It's the Fly, then and now.
Monsters come and go, but Count Dracula lives forever. What a guy. He sleeps all day. He spends his evenings biting the necks of pretty girls everywhere. And, you know, women have always found vampires very sexy. When Bela Lugosi did it in 1931, he received more fan mail than Clark Gable, and 97% of it was from women. His modern counterpart, Frank Langella, did a remake in 1979 and got the same bite-me-in-the-neck baby treatment in MASH notes, and some of them were written in real blood. Now, there's nothing really gruesome about Dracula today. There are no rape scenes. There's no blood. Just an occasional hickey. Here's the same scene filmed 48 years apart, and it proves that the guy's charm can't be stopped by crucifixes, garlic, or stakes through the heart. Dracula returned in 1979, sexier than ever, and just as corny.
Now it is you, my best beloved one. You will be flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. You shall cross land or sea to do my bidding.
Another horror classic worth a remake is The Fly. Although he'd later make millions writing Shogun, back in 1958, James Clavell turned in a script turning man into housefly, and vice versa. It was a first, in CinemaScope no less, as David Hedison had an unforgettable adventure.
You'll be all right now. I know it's worked.
Then modern horror master David Cronenberg put his touch on a spectacular and unsettling new version of The Fly. Jeff Goldblum was the unlucky scientist.
Now you can have The Fly. I don't think it was worth remaking. But I'm a vampire buff. I love vampires. But one thing's always puzzled me. All these girls in these towns in Transylvania were always dying, and their blood was drained out of them. They had hickeys on their necks, and the only guy in town who dressed funny in a long cape and had an accent was invited to all the parties. He was at all the cocktail parties. He was
Picked up the
accepted.
tabs. He picked up the tabs and hosted them all at the castle. I loved Bela Lugosi. Karloff, of course, is the original, the great, the classic. But Lugosi seems strange, and as for The Fly, I prefer the new version. I think it was more horrific.
I think it's stupid. But the twin titans of terror, they still scare me.
And
you know, in the old days, they used to have nurse in attendance in a horror movie because they were afraid people would have a heart attack, and it also sold tickets. But now you need a nurse in attendance just to protect you from the rest of the audience, I think. Audiences have changed as well as
You're going to the wrong theaters again. Well, that's it for now, and our special edition of At the Movies. Next week, we will be back with 4 brand new movies